That's a little bit of a technique to it. So up to now, everything I think was reasonably easy. The next part takes some practice. So what you want to do is practice on your palette until you're confident to do it on the canvas. Because once you paint it on the canvas, it's thick paint, you cannot lift it off, there's no undo button. So paint until you on your palette until you are confident enough. Alright, so what we're going to do, I'm just going to use one single color for now. And I'm going to use that just to show you the technique. So I'll just stick with a plain orange. Doesn't matter, any scrap color you've got floating around your canvas is great to practice on. So the first one we're going to do now, I am going to go over to my smaller knife. So I'll pick up the paint flat. So I'm dragging it through the paint like this, like that. The first one we're going to do is when you see the flower from the side. Let's see if we've got a sort of an example. Let's maybe take these guys over here. So you're sort of seeing the flower from the side. So you've got this little rounded piece over here, and then you've got the contour of the petals that you can see. So we'll start off with that. So pick up some paint. And then I'll start in the center. Put him down and pull him down. Then I'll pick up some paint again. I'll put the next one down. Now maybe what I can try and do is just see if I can draw here on the palette. Not very successful. Let's get a piece of paper. Okay, so to get that rounded effect, what's going to happen is your bottom must sort of end like that. And then you've got your petals. Here's your first one, is going to stand there. The next guys is going to be lower down, so it's going to have that kind of a rounding. So we're going to put our first petal down there, the next petal down there, and you see it's shorter. So that height and that height is lower. And then the outside edges come in there like this. So that outside edge and that outside edge is again lower than the previous one. You see that? So let's go and do that. If you don't do that, then your flowers sort of, I don't know, they just look odd. So I'm going to start with that, and I'm going to curve him in. Put him down, curve him in. Outside ones, lower again, and curve him all the way around. Lower, curve him all the way around. Okay, so there's our first one. So let me do that again for you to show you. Pick up the paint, center, outside, outside, make sure they're shorter than the previous one, and then the two far ones, put him down, shorter than the previous one, curve him all the way around. Pick up your paint, shorter, curve him all the way around. And that fills up that, so you've got a nice rounded edge, and you've got that little bit of a semi-oval there at the top. The next one is the flower from the front. So let's go and clear him out there again. And go back to our piece of paper and a pencil. When you're looking at a flower directly from the front, you sort of say it'll be a perfect circle. But now, doing those perfect circles is a little bit boring. The minute I rotate that circle, let's see if I can get a circle here. There we go. let's take that. So that's the flower looking directly at us. The minute I rotate him, see what happens to that circle. He's becoming an oval. He's now not a circle anymore. So sort of look at this dark ring over there. See that? It's becoming an oval. Until eventually we're looking at him straight on, then he's a line. So we want our flowers sort of at that angle. So we're either looking at him like that or like that. You're doing them straight on, you know, flowers grow up from the stem and stuff, and then you've got a, they very seldom, unless you've got a real bendy stem and he happens to curl just so that he points directly at you, you very seldom end up with a perfectly straight flower looking directly at you. Okay, so we've got the little oval there like that. So now what's going to happen is, we've also got a thing called foreshortening happening. So you've got the center would end up being over there, and now you've got your petals coming out here like this, and like this, like this. That kind of a thing. Let me see if I can try and demonstrate that foreshortening. Yes, I'm going to cup my hand. That's fine. I'm going to cup my hand like this. Okay, so there's the center of the flower, there's the petals, and there's petals. Right, as I cup it forward, you see how short these guys are and how long they are? Maybe I can do it the other way around. See how short they've become? And they still look long. So that's called foreshortening, where you're sort of looking down the length of those petals. And that's what's happening here. We've got to shorten those guys, keep them reasonably long, but they must still fit inside our oval. Okay. And the way you do that is to move that center down. He's not in the center anymore. If he was looking straight at us, it would be in the center. But now he's not. He's lower down. Okay. So to paint those flowers, you start off in the, again, same as the back. Put him down and pull him in. So your initial ones start off the same. A little bit lower, curl him in. Put him down, a little bit lower than and curl him in. Outside ones, lower, curl him all the way around. Lower than the previous one, curl him all the way around. Now the front petals, pick up your paint, and now you overlap that previous, those previous ones. Overlap and in. Now you see what's happening? There's the widest point of your oval. So this piece here is shorter than the previous one again. Same thing happens on the other side. Shorter and in. And you see they're almost straight. And then your final one is looking almost straight at you, so he's just a little dab in front there like that. I'm going to do that again, and let's see if we can zoom in even further than that to get this as big as possible. Start in the center, shorter, curve him in, shorter, curve him in, shorter, curve him in, all the way around, shorter, curve him in, all the way around. So there's our upright flowers complete. To make him look forward, shorter, overlap, curve him in, shorter, overlap, curve him in. Final one, just a little dab there in the front. And then what will happen is, let's maybe just use, say, that. There's the center of your flower. Okay. Alright, so what you're going to now obviously do is, you're not going to paint your flower with one color, because we want to get that cupping effect. So let's zoom out here again. That there would be the sun sort of directly from the top or whatever. So you just get one single plain boring color. So we don't want to do that. We want to make it look a lot more interesting. So our sun is coming from the left hand side. So if this guy's cupping like that, so in this case here with my hand, the light is actually coming from that side over there. So here comes my sunlight. You see what's happening? It's not the thing that's closest to the light is not the brightest because he's concave. What's on the opposite side of the light is the brightest. So with our flower, the sun's coming from here. So this area here closest to the light is going to be darker, and over there is going to be lighter. So what we're going to do is here you're going to have a mid-tone, and there you've got a highlight, an in-between color. You have your mid-tone, an in-between color, and there's your dark one. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different colors in order for us to be able to paint these flowers correctly. So let's go and mix those guys up quickly. Let's dump that, then we can actually salvage this paint here again. Okay, so we've got orangey flowers. So I think I'll start off with, say, neat orange. On the one side, you know what? Let's put him over there. Then we arrange them logically as well. And then we've got yellow on the other side. I think I'll use, let's say, this orange here. Let's add just a touch of, I've got some crimson, you can use cadmium red as well. I think we'll darken that up a little bit more. Not too much. Then we'll make ourselves a little bit of a spectrum, a tonal range. So that'll be our dark orange. So you noticed I haven't thrown in the opposite color. I first darkened him up and see if that doesn't do the trick. So orange is red and yellow. So I first add the red. Okay, so then we'll use that guy there for an in-between color. Then let's take some of this over here. Him there, a little bit of orange in him. That should be fine. Now we need another dark one in between, and that should give us 5 colors. So not a huge tonal range, but in total between there and there, they're quite a bit. These guys here in the center seem close, but once you put them all together next to each other, then you get a nice full tonal range. So let's mix more orange into that. So whatever flowers you're painting, you do the same sort of exercise with those colors. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm making sure that this color I'm mixing now is in between that one and that one. This color here must be in between that one and that one. And when I've got that, then I'm happy. So I think I'm happy. Now just to make sure I'm not painting yellow flowers, just that tiny little bit of orange that's left on the knife. I think I'll work that into that yellow over there. Maybe we'll steal just a touch of that. And that just breaks that heavy bright yellow. Cool. So there we've got that. Let's come paint some flowers. Alright, so we're going to put these flowers down here. We're going to have them little short stem flowers. I think zoom in, say, on that area around there. Yeah, about like that. Then we can see the individual guys. Plus I can put my palette in the corner. Alright, so remember we start in the center. So we'll start with our center color. So drag him through there, get a nice thick layer of paint over there onto the knife. Nice thick layer of paint. I'll put the first one down. I think we'll just do him plain. We'll do him nice and upright. So put him down and drag him down. And after every single one, clean your knife. Okay, so now I'm going to go left and right. So I'm going to go to my darker one, shorter, curve. Now I'm going to go to my lighter one, shorter, curve. Now I'm going to go to my darkest one, lower down, curve him all the way around. Now I use my lightest color, put him down all the way around. Okay, one flower finished. Let's do another one. Now when you're doing this, group these guys randomly. If you take a look, say like those guys over there, see how nice and random they are. You've got a sort of, again, families, and there's another family over there, and there's a bachelor over there. So group them nice and random like that. Okay, so we'll start with the middle color. And also don't be afraid to overlap. You saw how those colors overlapped? So I'll give them different heights and stuff like that. So we'll start with the center one, and let's maybe make him angle a little bit. So we'll start my center one there, and that's always why I start with the center one, because that I can automatically judge my angles. It's easy. Once I've got him right, the angles come automatically because I'm judging it according to that center guy. So put him down shorter and in. The lighter one for the opposite side, shorter and in. Darkest color, shorter all the way around. Lightest color, lower down, curve him all the way around. And let's make him an oval. So now I'm going to go one down again, overlap and in. And if something like that happens, you see you haven't got that coverage there, that's fine. You clean your knife, pick up more paint, and just redo the stroke until he's solid. My lighter mid color, shorter and in, almost straight. And now I've got my middle color here again. Put him down there, just that short little petal. And let's complete him. Then you can see the full effect. So maybe let's use some, let's see, maybe some raw umber. Flowers have got different centers, so I'm just painting Nolan flowers today. So I'm going to use some raw umber there in the center. So I'll just pick it up just with the tip of the knife. And remember, not in the center, below the center. There's your real center of that flower. So pop him down there like that. And again, I'm not popping him down in a circle. I'm popping him down in an oval shape. So you can actually extend that a little bit more if you wanted to. Oval shape there like that. And who knows, maybe he gets a highlight. So let's maybe use some yellow ochre. Let's pop some yellow ochre down there. And the yellow ochre is quite thick, and I do want him to lie on top of that really thick blob of ultramarine, that really thick blob of raw umber. So I am going to pop just some medium in that, just to get him thinner. Again, just on the tip, and just on the very tip. And I'll just put a little dab down there on the sun side.